I completely wasted my first 6 years as a blogger. In that time, I've seen many people go from zero to building six-figure businesses. But my accomplishments are 2 visits per day at most, $0 earned, and a lot of regrets. Hi, I'm Paolo. I'm a writer focused on self-improvement and personal growth. Let's talk about failure. Why are we so afraid of failure? Logically, we should all know that it's just part of the process, right? We know that successful people are successful not just because they have succeeded more, but because they have failed more than most people have even tried. But knowing is not the same as accepting, which is why we are always going to try to avoid failure, to say that we need to prepare more, we are not ready yet, we need more time, more knowledge, and more everything. I know because that's exactly what I did in my first 6 years as a blogger. And the truth that I wish I could have understood earlier is that by avoiding failure, I was actually making myself fail. And in the worst possible way too, because failure is not always created equal. On one hand, you have good, high quality failures. On the other, you have low quality, bad failures. Good failures are the ones that help you move forward even when you fall at first. They are the ones you experience when you actually take action toward your goals and when you put yourself out there even when you're scared. Because when you do that, you get real feedback. You learn what works, what doesn't work, and what you can do better next time. So even if you could say that you technically failed, you are always going to at least be a little closer to your goals, even if by just half a step. Low quality, bad failures, on the other hand, they are the ones you experience when you avoid action. And because you avoid action, these failures can't really teach you much because you didn't do anything. So as a result, you just get stuck and let fear take control. So earlier I mentioned my first 6 years of blogging, right? Yeah, those are textbook examples of low quality failures. And when I say I failed, I don't mean that I tried my best and fell short. That would have been a good failure. But no, I failed because I was too scared to even try to succeed. So I didn't publish consistently, I didn't promote my content, I wasn't getting rejected, so I wasn't getting feedback. I was basically never putting myself in a position where I could succeed or at least fail in a productive manner. Which is why my 7th year of blogging was basically my first, because I had to relearn, or rather, learn everything from scratch. At the time, I used to procrastinate by telling myself excuses like the usual, like I needed more time, I needed to learn more things, or that I was already too late. Sometimes I would also, not sometimes, many times, I would also engage in negative self-talk like that I was too lazy, that I was too dumb, or that people were right when they said I would never amount to anything. And now it's pretty clear that my real problem was that I lacked the courage to just do it, to just take action. Because let's just say that at the time my confidence was not in a really good shape. I'm not going to go into details, but if you know how it feels to have low confidence, to have zero or below zero confidence, you know what I mean. I actually wrote about it. I wrote a complete guide on how to build confidence even if you're starting from zero or below zero. I will link it in the description if you want to check it out. It's long, over 9,000 words, so when you have the time. What is failure if not success in progress? This is the question that finally made me understand that failure isn't just useful, but is necessary to success. I mean, think about it for a second. Can you become a successful athlete without ever losing? Can you become a great writer without ever producing crap? Or can you build confidence without ever facing uncomfortable and possibly embarrassing situations? No, you can't be good at something without ever being bad at it first. So, for example, this is my third video ever. And I just know that 1 year from now, I will look back and cringe at how bad it is. I mean, just the audio isn't really good. The camera, which is my phone, isn't even set really straight. The tripod I'm using isn't even a real tripod. And my English isn't really that good. But you know, that would actually be the ideal scenario because it would mean that I have improved my skills. But if I want to get there, I'm gonna have to fail much more and produce many more bad videos. So if it's true that, as many content creators say, my first 40 videos will be pretty bad, it's also true that it will be thanks to this 40 that I will reach the good 41st video. Because the way to success isn't around failure, it's through it. So here's what you need to do now. Take any goal you've been procrastinating because of fear, and first of all, understand that you will never feel truly ready and confident about it until after you've taken action repeatedly. Then, specifically aim for good failures. This doesn't mean that you try to fail on purpose, of course. It just means that you shift your focus and your effort from avoiding failure to attempting success, because the two are not the same. So for me, attempting success could mean producing more content, continue to produce content, even though at first it's going to be bad. While for you, it could mean applying for that job, even though you're not sure you meet every requirement, or maybe starting that side project, or reaching out to someone to help you with something. The point is, you can only succeed if you try. So keep doing that, and you will realize, like I have, that failure doesn't prevent success, but builds up to it. So if you're ready to stop failing so much, go and fail at something. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.